Let's go, let's go, let's go. You are officially in the Michigan Man Cave. Welcome to the Man Cave, your place for any and all things Michigan football and Michigan ass whippings. Because that's how we getting down. That's how we getting down
Came
of
out with
late.
the smoke.
Coming straight out with the smoke. I said it before this last game. I felt like we were finding our stride, and the boys definitely didn't let us down. Dominating victory, start to finish. 50, what was the final? 51 to
10.
52-10. Never a question. We got popping early. Pick six from Will within first 10 seconds of the game. And it was pretty much over from there. Think about if you're Minnesota. You hype all week. You got a night game. You like number
At the
two
crib.
team at the crib. Number two team coming into your building, stadium. Everybody, they probably been camping out, the students, and 10 seconds in, you get pick six to the crib.
No.
So that's got to be quite deflating. But nonetheless, we'll get into it. But all in all, the boys is finding their stride, Keen. I'm really liking what I'm seeing, and I don't want to hear. I'm starting to move further away from the we ain't played nobody to we starting to look real nice. That's where I'm going with it.
Yeah, man. That pick six just set the tone for the game. We didn't look back after that. And we like the questions about the secondary, seemed to get answered with gameplay, you know what I mean? But no, man, it was a good game. I mean, on our behalf, not Minnesota's behalf, but on our side, it was a great game. All around, special teams, offense, defense. The ball was spread around to 10 people. You know what I'm saying?
I can't hardly hear you, King. Speak up.
Right, this man
Can
over
you hear me now?
Damn, Barry Manilow.
Mumble rapping.
My bad. Can you hear me? My bad.
Now I can hear you.
Oh, my bad. Dang.
I don't think it's your mic. You just talking low.
Right.
Yeah. My fault. We spread it around the football. Nobody had over 4 catches, and there were 8 people that caught the ball. We had 10 people rushing the ball. I mean, everybody got their piece, and we still won 52-10. So to get everybody to play and to still have a blowout like that, it shows that, you know what I'm saying, we're clicking on all cylinders now. So,
yeah.
Great win, team.
Yep. B, takeaways.
Hey, man, like you said, it ain't that we ain't played nobody. We ain't got nobody to play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Boys to hit they stride, dog. Like, I mean, from what I heard from Keen, it was a complete game. We finally seen the sparks from the people that we were asking to see sparks from. Shout out to Will. He was one of my breakout players on the season. So yeah, I mean, it was a good overall win. The funny thing about that pick is the announcers. I was sitting there listening to the announcers, and they're like, "Yeah, I bet you coach is telling them, Carmichael, whatever his name is. I know it started with a K. Just protect the ball and don't do nothing crazy in it, bro." To the crib, bro. I was just the way the sequence of events how it played out, and just the announcer and the play. It was just funny, dog. So, hey, man, what can you say? Good win. Hell.
Hail to the victors. Did y'all see PJ Fleck after the game? What he said?
No, what do you say? Fill me in.
I should have pulled the clip so I could have played it. Maybe I'll try to find it.
I hopped on Twitter and just started getting savage.
I'll see if I can find it. But essentially, he just said, in all his years of coaching, that's the best team he's played against. And he was like, that team is loaded. They are deep as far as when it comes to just how many people they could play.
Right.
He was like, everybody, he said, I think they travel 75 people and they play 74 people.
Yep. I seen
like
that.
That's the deepest team. And he was like, they're fast, they're strong. He was like, they got it, the whole package. So I was like, hey, he's showing love. I mean, I don't, a part of me kind of wants to be like, he's overcapping just because they got their ass whooped so bad. It's like, we didn't just lose to no regular cast. This is the best team I ever played. You know,
Right.
you can't just be like we got smoke like that to a mid team. So maybe it was a little bit of that in there, but I mean we do look the part for sure. So I'm gonna take him at his word.
Hey man, I'm gonna trust him on his word too. If you that type of coach and you get your ass beat 52-10 and you got the you know what I'm saying, the gumption to say what you said, I'm gonna believe
Yeah.
what he said.
He trying to save face with the boosters. Hey, I didn't just get beat by a team. You know, he one of the deepest teams I've ever played in my life.
Yeah.
Those were men.
Yeah, yeah. But I do want to start talking about Will. So B, you know, we haven't really we've been saying they're going to work him back in, but for it to be week 5, what game was that? 5 or 6? That was game
5. We're 5-0. We're 6.
that was game
Hey,
6, right?
6-0. We 6-0.
6-0.
That was game 6. So through 5 games, you know, we were just like wondering like when's he gonna show up, because you know, coming into the season, it was arguably he's the best corner in the nation talk going on. So Will finally showed up. I mean, it seemed like he kind of baited my man, but hey, a Will Johnson sighting has happened. And for us to ultimately reach that, having that lockdown corner over there, it's gonna do us wonders.
Hey, Train, it's good and bad news. The play was spectacular. You know what I'm saying? You've seen him reading it. I mean, I don't know what
Baited
year.
him.
Yeah, I don't know what year the quarterback is, but he had his eyes on him the whole time. But I mean, the fact that we weren't hearing from him was good news in and of itself, meaning they wasn't trying him. But now other teams might look and be like, I'm not gonna try him. You know what I'm saying? Because when he got the opportunity, it's points. So, I mean, it maybe end up being a catch-22, but at least we got to see what we've all been hearing about in practice, and that he makes plays and he's that playmaker. And when he gets the opportunity and get the ball in his hands, he knows what to do with it. So, could be a catch-22, or people could try to start trying him more. Either way, I think he is what we thought he was and what we were hearing about. Good corner. Only going to get better. Gotta remember, he's still a sophomore. Sophomore, right? True sophomore. I mean, he only get better with reps. You know what I mean? Yeah, I like what I saw out of the kid.
Hey, staying in the secondary though, King, we've had some conversations on previous podcasts when it came to, you know, we were concerned a little bit with Rob Moore. He made a couple plays. I seen a few tackles and whatnot. I think he wasn't on a pass breakup, but Sab, number 3, again, he shows up again, making plays. He got a pick 6 as well. So I believe the coaches ain't saying it, because I think Rob Moore did start. I believe I saw him out there at the beginning of the game. But I'm sure they're probably just going to keep rotating, but I believe there's probably a dilemma going on there between who they really want to have out there. When it put it like this, we're going to have some at some point. We know it's going to happen. There's going to be some tense moments. I don't ever remember any team, even the best of the best, without having to squeak one out that they shouldn't even be in. You know, things like that. That's just kind of how it goes. But when it gets down to the nitty gritty, man, are you rolling with Sab right now, or you're just gonna roll with Moore? You know, he's got the experience. You feel like in a situation like that, he would be ready, but it's dicey, man.
First of all, great point. But I think I'm gonna have to go with the playmaker and who's been making plays. I mean,
The hot
how do you
hand.
how do you sit a guy that's been in the game making plays? Like, not only did he have that pick, but I forgot who it was against, but he had a sack versus somebody, I forgot. But I mean, he's out there making plays, making the defense look good, playing his part, and then when it's time to be extraordinary, he showed he can be extraordinary. Because that was a wide receiver catch that he did. He jumped up and grabbed it out the air. You know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't an easy. He threw it short, got hit, it fell in my lap. He jumped up, grabbed it, took it to the house. So I'm riding with the young buck. You know what I mean? Young weird buck. I'm riding with the young buck.
Yeah. So just just things, it's not a whole lot to talk about within the game with a dominant victory like that. So that's kind of why I wanted to just jump into some of these position battles. I don't even want to say it's bad. I guess that's more of a position battle than probably the D line because they just rotate. They can rotate so much, but I feel like a safety position isn't one you just rotate in and out every other play like you will a D lineman, a D end, a D tackle, or whatever. So but I do want to talk about that D tackle position because Mason Graham came back and said, "Oh,
No, sir.
I've been hearing y'all talk a little bit too much about Kenneth Grant and Chris Jenkins, and y'all act like y'all forgot that I was a true freshman out here producing last year on the D line, and that's not a position that freshmen usually come in and play a lot of productive minutes on the D line. You kind of just got to grow up and get a little
Just not strong enough yet.
yeah, he is strong enough. And he took that game over. They were running on us at first. They kind of were gashing us, and all of a sudden that just stopped.
And the only name you kept hearing was Mason Graham, dog, for a minute. I mean, I don't look at the D line just naturally when I'm watching the game, but you had to. I mean, it was like for a minute there, he was making all the plays. So I believe him. He contributed to some of the well, at least the side interception. Because he was hurrying people up. If he wasn't getting to him, he had him thinking he was. He was stuffing the run, like you said, Train. The young man he's a playmaker, and he did it all with a club on his hand. I was like, dang, he only got one. So it ain't like he's like using his hands to swim move or nothing. He's just overpowering cats. And
wrapping up.
Yeah. Years past, I don't know what they looking like now, but years past, you always got a couple decent linemen in Minnesota. That's what they known for more than anything. You know what I mean? Is the linemen that they produce. So you bullying those oxes. I can't wait to see what you do against the other, teams that we go against, because he just went out there and made a name for himself.
Yeah. And it's crazy because I do remember like towards the earlier part of Harbaugh's tenure, that was something we actually, I don't know if y'all remember, because this was like 2016, 17. Like that was one of our big concerns and the big issues we had is we didn't have any beef in the middle, right?
And I remember you talking about it a lot. Like I remember you bringing that up a lot when we would watch games.
Yeah, we used to get ran on, dog, straight down the center, right down the middle. So happy to see that has been beyond sealed up and taken care of.
They heard you.
Yeah, bro. I think it was obvious.
They heard you.
So Jenkins, I don't know, Keen, what you take on Jenkins? Like he's just solid out there. It's kind of like if I'm just moving people around, you can't run this way. Almost like because I heard a different podcast and they were saying like teams just literally run the opposite way of where Jenkins is, and I really haven't paid that much attention to it. Just to, who knows? But I heard that. But Jenkins, I mean, he's made a couple plays. He had that pick one game. I think he got a sack, but I don't know. He's kind of just been out there. I'm sure he's been solid, but I was expecting the way they were hyping him up. He's potentially a top 10 draft pick, all this. I ain't gonna say I haven't seen it, but no, I don't know, man. Where you at with that?
Maybe it's the I don't know what effect that is, but if when you're good, maybe you get extra attention, you know what I'm saying? So
It's true.
Maybe he's driving stuff the other way, away from him. You know what I mean? But and it's hard to debate. Like I know the defensive line is getting after the quarterback, and what I'm saying, we're making plays because they were gashing us, but they only have 52 yards passing, bro.
And they had 35 on one pass.
Right. So dude was 5 for 15, 52 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks, 2 pick sixes. Just to add that in there, you know what I'm saying? Just throw that in there, 2 pick sixes.
That don't lose you your
job. But you know what I'm saying? It's hard. It's like, so is the defensive line getting there quick, or the DBs locking up? You know what I mean? So, I mean, I think we're just suffering from success right now. But like Bowie made a great point. He said, it ain't that we ain't playing nobody, just nobody, you know what I'm saying, out there to play us. You know what I mean? Like we clicking right now. I can't wait to see like when we do get in that Penn State. That's there, right?
Yep.
Yeah. At Penn, so I can't wait to see. You know what I'm saying? See some of that on a bigger stage. But yeah, man, the defensive line is we had like I think 4 or 5 tackles for loss, and then when like even to your point, Mason Graham, like when you see him hit, like dudes go down and then he wraps them up. Like yeah, like momentum stops. Yeah, but yeah, defensive line looks great, man.
We can only beat ourselves, dog. I'm for real. Like I'm starting to believe. I'm starting to buy into that Kool-Aid Pun was drinking last week, where we're playing against ourselves, dog. I mean, I'm a wait to see where you go with the topics train, but we're playing against ourselves, bro.
No, we can go there. And the thing that I would agree with that point too, because they say I think it was Nick Saban said in an interview that it's hard, pause, to get up, pause. It's hard to get up every single week, right? Because we playing Indiana this week. Like, how do you possibly get as hype for that game as you do versus Penn State on the road, right? So you ask yourself that question. I think the answer is, and it's gonna sound like the old ball coach type shit, but hey man, we got leaders on the team, right? If you think about the leadership we got on this team, dog. They got Jenkins, been around forever. Corum, been around. Defense, they got Barrett, 6 years senior. Sainer still, all of that. To me, that's what prevents the letdowns right there. Like having them dudes.
Culture.
Yeah, the culture, man. I know I'm probably missing some people. Even for real, JJ, he ain't been around to some of those guys, but bruh, he seems like the best teammate you could possibly have. Like for real,
influential in the locker room. That's what you want from your quarterback.
He be cheering.
They're receiving phone calls from Chuck, Aiden Hutchinson. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh, that's what I'm saying, dog. So I feel like, back to your point, B, when you were saying like we could only beat us, like that's like teams who ain't been through the fire type stuff beat themselves. But I'm just thinking back to even when before Clemson started winning natties, they were losing, bro. Like they would get far and they would lose every time. Like they actually coined that term. They called it Clemsoning.
That's when they had like Tyler Boyd in them years.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
Yeah, they were good. They were
good. Yeah,
they would always lose the big game. So until they got over that hump, right? So I'm starting to feel like we're to that point now, and I'm hoping it's all going to dwell from that leadership we got. So you got something?
Those who stay will be champions.
Slap that sign in the way out. Facts.
And it's been to that point, just like the last 2 years. You know what I mean? Like we've been in the fire. You know what I mean? We made it to the pinnacle, and we didn't quite get over that top. So it's like now you got the boys back that's been there two times, 2 years in a row. Now they back, like you said, that leadership.
I'm gonna throw something out there, and tell me if I'm fishing. I'm gonna throw something out there. If you're taking 74 or 75 cats on the road and playing 74, doesn't that hint at if you get over the hump this year, it's gonna be like not easy, but you're gonna be ready to get over it. I mean, you're gonna ready to go back to back. If you play, that means you playing pretty much a whole team. It's only 22 people that can be on the field. So if you're playing 74, people getting experience and you gearing up to go back to back. Just saying.
Yeah, and we gonna save this whole conversation for the bye week. Okay. I already figured out what we talking about in the bye week. We gonna talk about obviously the rest of this year, but we're gonna do some projecting forward. But go ahead, King. You can speak on it.
No, yeah, I was going to just it's just off topic, but I just thought about it when Bowie was talking. Remember how we were just playing everybody like at the beginning, like in them earlier games, and now everybody's like they got so much depth. Aha.
Oh yeah. That's gonna pay dividends.
I mean, I'm just saying, like maybe it was a setup, you know what I'm saying, to show that we got depth, And then now all the announcers are like, "Oh, Michigan, they got so much depth," and then all those teams is hearing that like, you know what I'm saying? We got to give. They got a lot of depth over there, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you
Logical.
all the way. So, and I mean, outside of let's just flip over the offense real quick. JJ, obviously he played good, but when we're talking about depth, that's one position we don't have it at. So I like your little elusiveness. It's all cute. But hey, bro,
down.
if you're going to put your shoulder down on Minnesota when we don't necessarily, I don't like those. I know he got in, and I know that's part of his MO, right? It's part of what makes him good. He can't just, whatever. But, bruh, okay, let's just say you went out on the one. We're good. We'll just run it in the next play, bro.
That's what Blake is for.
Yeah.
I don't want it like that. I don't want it like JJ blowing his shoulder. I don't want it like that either. I don't want it.
Yeah, man. So I am concerned, man, that and I'm knocking on wood every time I say it, but man, this is the time, bro. Let's call it what it is. Obviously, we were just talking about next year, but if JJ leaves, it's hard to see the next quarterback being that. And I say if he leaves as into the draft next year, but I feel like this is the best opportunity Harbaugh has had since he's been there. And the one thing that literally could derail this whole plan is JJ getting hurt. And I'm damn near to the point now with, I don't even know, bro. Like, tell him that anybody gets near you, go down.
Slide.
Like, yeah, bro. Like, for real.
Aaron Rodgers.
Go down.
Aaron Rodgers don't take hits. When he can avoid it.
Yeah, unless it's literally we're about to lose the game type situation. Bruh, he did that in like the first quarter, second quarter. What are you doing? Stop this madness. Go ahead, B.
If I could impose strength, that to me should be a quarterback's mindset. Regardless, you're too important to and to the goal that we're trying to accomplish.
Ruffleberger at Minnesota can put his shoulder down and fight for that.
I'm talking about our quarterback. This guy who, I mean, again, what you're saying is 100% true. If he goes down, dog, this thing implodes. The defense can only make so many stops before they're tired because I just don't believe in our backup. You don't believe in
Tuttle?
No,
sir.
No, not to take us to the promised land.
Hey, they better have a package for Orgy. I know that. If what's it called go down, they have a running package. If we gonna be running it down.
Hey, King, it better be Denardish too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It better be Denardish. To where he running the route.
2014.
We turn into a option team. I wouldn't mind that if Orgy back there, but yeah, man, throwing us to a victory. I still have to see JJ do that in a big game. So I definitely don't trust Tuttle to do it, to throw us to a win.
I 100% agree with both of y'all saying. Don't take this the wrong way, but look who he's playing for, man. Harbaugh didn't play like that. He played just like how JJ played. He ain't in his ear saying get down or anything like that. He's saying play football. He like smacking him on his shoulder pads, hitting his helmet.
He has to be. That's his responsibility.
I'm not saying you'll get fired as a coach, but I'm saying that's bad coaching if you're not.
He
has to be. Like, hey, bruh, especially
we don't got nobody.
Especially versus those teams. Like, I'm not mad when we play Penn State on the road. If that's third down and it's the first quarter, okay, it's worth the risk. You know what I'm saying? But, bruh, we're about to win this game by 50. Like, no. Indiana this week, I don't want to see him touched.
Right.
Like, even if you do tell them zone read, get as far as you can instead of the closest defender gets to you. Go out of bounds or slide at that point. Shouldn't get touched versus Indiana.
Hey, JJ, shoulders pop out of sockets every day, B. Like,
who you telling?
I mean, that's all I can say to you, dog.
Yeah. I just feel like we talk about it, like, oh, he needs to stay healthy, but like we haven't just straight up pinpointed that. Like,
JJ, get your ass down.
I agree with you 100%, Train. I don't like it one bit.
Yeah. Anyways, though, moving on to the offense, the rest of the offense. The line looked good again. I feel like they're finally getting their mojo. They said we finally found our lineup with what they had the game before that. Barnhart, right tackle, and then Jefferson on the left tackle, and then the other three guys in the middle have all stayed the same. But the run game looks good. B, I don't like Mullins, but he's starting to grow on me. Pause a little bit.
Spin move.
I'd have to agree.
Did he get Keen? Can you look it up? Did he get more carries than
Yes, he did. Double
the carries to Donovan?
He had 4. He had 8, and Edwards had 4, and
Mm.
double the amount of yards.
All right, B. So I think I asked you this question last week, or was it Keen? Are you ready officially? This is on the record. This is recorded. Are you ready officially to name him RB2?
Yeah. Hey, Edwards, we can get you in on receiving downs, but to me, dog, he lost his vision or something. I don't know. Something's missing. I don't know what it is. He could be in a slump and he could work his way out of it, but you got to work your way out of it from the RB3 spot.
But B, we talked about I think that was a halftime. We talked about that catch he had where he jugged the dude real quick and he looked fast. So it's like you still have something there. It's just like maybe out the backfield is just not the same. I don't know.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Receiver. We can get you on them little quick outs, some slants or something, get the ball to you real quick. Your favorite thing, we get you on some screens, but I mean, running out of the back.
We're 6 games in and yet to run a running back screen pass. Just for the record.
Just keeping count.
I like to mention that every week.
Keep a running tally of it. But yeah, man, Mostert, to King's point, like he said about Sapp, you go with the hot hand. Mostert's running better, so you.
Mostert, you talking about buddy from the Dolphins?
My bad. Hey, brain fire. Yeah, actually, I am. Mostert. He need to be the RB2 in Miami and put A-Chain at 1. Daggone it. Get Mullins, my fantasy points up.
Mullins, yeah.
But Mullins, yeah, put him. I mean, he's a hot hand right now. So behind Corum.
Are you willing to go that far? Are you officially over that? Or have you turned that corner as well?
Bro, he looking like a running back, actually. Like you said, like Bowie said, out the backfield, maybe, you know what I'm saying, some swing passes, some screen passes. But
I don't know what happened to your screen.
Yeah, I don't know either. But, it's still green. I don't know what but no, yeah. Yo, he looks more agile. The spin move. He looks better back there. You know what I'm saying? I agree with. I was like, he looked better last week to me. So I know, like he had the.
Y'all wasn't ready to make that declaration last week. I asked the question.
Nah, I'm just you need more film. You need more film, but
had to get a bigger sample size. Yep, exactly.
I mean, like I said, he had Mullins 8 carries, Edwards 4. Mullins had 47 yards. Edwards had 20 yards. His longest rush was 23 yards.
They showed on the game that Mullins this season was averaging, I believe it said 6 yards per carry.
And Edwards ain't nowhere near that. I forgot the number that they said, but it ain't nowhere near that.
Yeah, Edwards is like, it was saying because they showed his last year's average because it was like crazy high last year, like 7.
Remember that.
And then they turned around and they showed his this year. I think it was it under 3? Was it 3?
I want to say like 2.7 is the number I'm thinking I heard.
Yeah, bro, and that's just not going to get it done. So,
that's wasting downs. That's wasting attempt.
Yeah, they need to get him. They just need to get him out there, man. At you said, is it to the point now where we put him at wide out? Like I said, the way
whatever that back is that comes out the backfield, is it an H back, whatever you call it.
I ain't gonna put him to H back. That's like a type.
I say because I seen it a little bit against Minnesota. Split Loveland out wide, drop back, throw a little screen to him, have Loveland out there blocking, another tight end out there blocking.
Yeah, man, it's something to think about.
World.
JJ's numbers, I believe he was, don't quote me, 200 and what, 18 yards, Keen?
For 14 for like 20.
14 for 20 for
14, 219 and a tug.
14 for 22, 19 and a touchdown. I think he had somebody, Cornelius dropped one.
Mm-hmm.
B, you seem, come on, man. He's good for one. He used to drop a lot. That's his first drop I can recall this year.
I mean, it just sticks in my craw because that was an easy.
And that was a third down.
Bruh, that's going to be like one of the easiest touchdowns you ever catch. You remember senior year, my first slant that I dropped and would have been ghost on? Like, it just gets me because I'm like, dang, dog. Like, you like to see him get his touchdowns up, but it was just like, it was so easy. It's like, man, how did you drop that? And usually he's so sure-handed, but I ain't knocking him. It's just, dang, I felt bad for him. Like, dang, you was going to walk in, bro. Third down.
We did, who had touchdown catches? Loveland. Loveland, he in the end zone. He did. Oh, yeah, he dropped one too. It was a tough catch. One, yeah. It was a tough catch, but he should have held on to that.
Should have caught it.
So that was, you look at JJ's numbers there, at minimum, that should be 16 for 20. I can't recall the others, but 16 for 20, 220. And again, he is not playing much in the second half. They usually get that third quarter, maybe might get the whole third quarter, but definitely ain't seeing no fourth quarter. So I don't know, man. I mean, trust me, I'm to the point where I say it every week. We got the win. We got out healthy. But do y'all think there's any relevance? B, I'll let you speak to it, to letting them play a full game or mostly a whole game, not because we needed to win the game, but just in terms of like actual real game situations, you're playing 4 quarters.
Yeah, that definitely has some validity. Stamina.
Like a boxer. I'm going 15 rounds sparring.
Getting his stamina up, you know what I'm saying? Like getting his mind right for those types of situations. When you go into the playoff, it ain't too many times you're gonna be out in the third quarter because those are gonna be way higher competition.
Linemen too, you know, the whole team, like everybody, you know.
Yeah, true. I mean, yeah, I was speaking to JJ, but I mean, yeah, you got a point. The whole team, that conditioning, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Just looking around the country, other teams that potentially we might see in the playoffs, they're going 4 quarters. So it's like, I mean, I agree with you, and I agree with your point and your premise. Like, at some point, you got to let them stay in just to get their bodies used to playing a full game.
Yeah. King, I don't know if you have a take on that, but, you know, it's the old, I don't want to say rest versus rust, but, you know, something similar to that.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure like they'll start working them in more, but I mean he's got games under his belt, full games under his belt. I mean he knows, you know what I'm saying, how to conduct himself, but I would just say now more than later, you know what I'm saying, start getting acclimated to the full game atmosphere, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah. And side note, B, I think this man hyped up his triple HD camera before we started recording.
Bro, I took that one off because I don't know what happened. It ain't light outside, man. It's dark and I didn't have much lighting. And we started, it was light, and then it got dark. So
yada.
Chill. Now I'm gonna get one of them. What is them? TikTok cameras, whatever.
Moving on, ladies and gentlemen.
Chill. Look at this. See, now they got me looking on the top.
You got a permanent Peter Pan shadow behind you.
Chill.
Just like following you.
Oh shit! All
Bad
right,
lighting.
You got the Bruce Leroy when he was whoa.
Chill.
I'm done.
Nobody's above getting flamed on here.
Oh no, sir.
I had to unplug it, man. It was acting up. It got dark.
I do want to take a trip around the NCAA. Though before we can hop around the Big Ten, NCAA in general. Want to talk about some games. We always keep one eye open like CBS, trying to see who else is out here. Texas, who a lot of people hyped up saying they were the best team in the country.
Should be number one, was
Oh,
what I was hearing.
yeah, should be number one, even over Georgia. A lot of people were saying defense got exposed thoroughly by the quarterback from he was at UCF, wasn't he? Gabriel. He was a UCF transfer. This is second year at Oklahoma though, but he did come from UCF and he chewed them up. 250, 270 something passing, 100 plus rushing. They saying he in the Heisman lead after that game. So anyways,
Oh, that'll put you there beating a team like that.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, he did ball out. Damn.
Yeah, what was his numbers? You got him there?
23 of 38, 285 and a tug, 14 rushes, 113 yards and a tug.
Right. So the point being, hey, we're looking for everybody to take an L, get an L in that column. So Texas is out of there. They are going to have to they'll be playing again in the Big 12 championship, unless they stumble. But I can see that rematch happening. Alabama, they ended up winning. They was in a little game between them. Georgia looked really damn good, man. I'm not gonna lie. I watched most of that game. Probably because I had a little sprinkle going on the spread there. But I just had a feeling, man. Kentucky, they quarterback, he ain't really throwed all year, and they were just running on people. I'm like, they've been hyping this dude up. He just ran for like 300 or something week before against Florida. I just had a feeling like people saying all week, oh, he gonna run all over Georgia, and that's their MO. Like, you ain't about to run for 3 bills.
No, sir. I
gotta
see that before I would say something like that, dog.
Yeah, and their quarterback ain't no thrower, so I'm like, this game might get out of control. And it did. Nothing to take away from Georgia about Kentucky quarterback, but I ain't gonna lie.
Do you think that Kentucky was like, I don't know, I guess they were undefeated, you know what I'm saying, and they were ranked number 20, but
smelling themselves.
Like, yeah, but who did they? I mean, they didn't play nobody. So I mean, I'm not taking away from Georgia, but
I'm saying again, everybody's nobody till somebody beat you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, y'all lost to them. It's like catch 22, right? So, but I know Florida ain't Florida, but the week before that, I think Kentucky beat Florida. Kentucky beat Florida by like 20, 30 points or something. So it's like, that ain't just nobody. You know what I'm saying? It's still Florida, Kentucky. They ain't beat them in like a lot of years, and they whooped their ass. So, anyway, and I don't really believe in all those transitive properties they talk about. They beat them, so you could beat them. That, bro, that shit.
Oh no, you got any given Saturday, dog.
It's about matchups. Styles make fights, right?
Yep,
so, but B, to me, I really wasn't, honestly, just speaking truthfully, leading up to even this past game, Texas, I don't know, they didn't put fear in me. Oklahoma still doesn't, right? Even Alabama didn't. Georgia still has me on high alert. I don't know how you're feeling about them. We live down here in Bulldog country, and I know we hear it more than probably your average Michigan fan. Georgia has me on high alert. I'm watching them very closely. I don't know if I don't want to say nervous. I'm just using the word, I'm on alert.
Oh no, most definitely. I'm definitely on alert, and us being here keeps us on alert because I mean, I listen to 92.9 The Game on the way to work every day, and that's what they talk about is Georgia football. And the only weakness I see them having is they have a young quarterback, but they have so many weapons around him.
Though. He's been putting up bills.
They have so many weapons around him. It's hard for him to play bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, all he has to do is throw a hitch to one of his receivers, and they gone. The defense is stout. So, I mean, they're a team that, I mean, I definitely am worried about, and that's who because I peeped out the Ohio State game.
That game was closer than that score, too.
Exactly. That's what I was just about to get into. They start pulling away late, but that game was close the whole time until they broke off those couple late scores. And again, that they don't have the talent that Georgia has on offense. I don't think, comparison wise. I mean, of course they got Harrison Jr., but their tight ends are clunky. Rob Gronkowski is, so I think our speed matches, like you
Over.
said. Yeah, like you said, style makes fight. Our speed will win in that battle to me. They're not athletic tight ends by any means, so they definitely don't strike the fear. And their running backs aren't the explosive running backs they had in years past. Good, but not the backs that they've had.
And that's what's shocking to me. They can't run the ball, dog. They
Bruh,
cannot run the rock. Maryland was like, I'm talking about stuffing them.
No, sir.
I'm talking about terrible, terrible run game.
That was a game till it wasn't.
And the thing about that game is I mean, hell yeah, I'm gonna take something away from how I said Tua really messed the game up. You know what I'm saying? Like he really beat him. He don't give the ball away
in their own territory.
And a pick six. That turned the game around. Because
the second pick where he didn't even see the guy and threw it, like they were driving and he killed the momentum. So you give them the ball like that plus side of 50. I mean, it ain't hard to score for anybody if you got a half decent offense. But the team that sticks out to me, like you said, Train, is Georgia. Because I mean, USC, I was worried about them, but they
triple OT versus Arizona.
Arizona, dog. I had some sprinkle on that. I thought Caleb was gonna go ahead and shine for me. He screwed the pooch, man. I'm like, dang. So yeah, Georgia would be the team that I'm looking at and comparing us to going forward.
Yeah. Keen, anybody else that you took a look
I agree
at?
with that. I didn't see Florida State this week. I don't think they played, but they still
played Tech.
Oh yeah. My bad. I'm tripping. Yeah, they beat Virginia Tech, but
that's a fair point though. Florida State
yeah. They look good. They done been tested and they came out you know what I'm saying, battered and bruised, but they won that game. I forgot which week it was, but Florida State.
Week one, probably LSU.
They got a dual threat quarterback, athletic. You know what I'm saying? They got an athletic receiver, tall, I think like 6'6".
And they got a buddy from State, Coleman, and the other 6.
Yeah. Dude from Michigan State transfer there. So
that's a fair point. I didn't. They don't put the fear in me like Georgia, but they definitely.
They're a dangerous team to play.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. Good call on that. And also, it's funny because I say I don't believe in transitive properties, but looking at Ohio State's win versus Notre Dame, how they should have lost. Call it what it was. Notre Dame, they tricked that game off 100%. They had that virtually in the bag. If you could stop a 4th and 20 from the 3rd and 20 from the 3rd and 19 from the 20-yard line, they give them a first down, whatever. That Notre Dame win is starting to look weaker and weaker by the week, though. Like after they beat Notre Dame, which they should have lost, Notre Dame probably should have lost to Duke and what you want to call it, and then they went and Notre Dame just got handled by Louisville this past week. Louisville, I watched that.
The running back was they couldn't stop him.
But you see those holes he was running through? I'm talking about
it was wide open.
Louisville moving Notre Dame around on the line. I'm just saying, Ohio State and B, we talked about it too. McCord, he decent, but when you put some pressure on that boy, he looking sketchy under pressure, dog. Maryland had like 3 or 4 sacks in the first half.
Again, they aren't a team that I mean, of course we worried about them just because it's a rivalry game and all that hoopla, but
we're looking better than them right now. I feel safe
by leaps and bounds.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that that they can't upset us, but if you just calling it how you see it now, I agree. We look a lot more sound than them.
Until Tua not Tua, but you know what I'm saying, Tua active. Yeah, Tua, baby Tutu. Till he threw them picks, you felt like Maryland was like they can wrap this game up.
They was in control.
They weren't allowing big plays until baby Tutu made a big play for him. You know what I'm saying? Two
And
big
then I
plays.
saw, and then I saw they was like all the way pinned down inside their own 5-yard line, Ohio State. And this man just let Marvin Harrison just run a fly route on him. I'm like,
Yeah.
this
That's an NFL receiver, dog.
Come on, good.
no safety help. He just stood there and he ran by him and they threw a pass. I'm like, that's bad coaching to me.
Yeah.
Like, anyway.
And then the thing about it, on his touchdown, they ran the play, got a penalty, and ran the same exact play.
Scored again.
Scored again.
Yeah.
Bruh, that's to your point, Train. That's coaching.
That's shitty coaching. And they did some stupid stuff. Did you see Maryland at the end of the half? They could have got a field goal, and then they coaching again.
Tricking off.
Yeah.
Tricking
got
off.
a field goal. They had no timeouts. They threw it in bounds and got tackled, and just time ran out. I'm like,
Just awful. It's just awful.
It was. Hey, Gaddis was up there. What can you say?
You said it all. We've been there before.
Anytime we can catch Gaddis with a stray, we gonna throw it out.
That boy gonna get divorced just by simply having to move too much. Baby, I'm tired of switching cities.
You need to step your game up.
You ain't got a long enough tenure nowhere.
Hey, I guarantee his wife was like, "We ain't buying shit this time. We rent,
right?
We rent.
This will be a rental property because if he doesn't stick there long, his next stop is going to be like
Oh, that's JUCO D3, D2. That you're going down. You've had your time in D1. You've had your opportunity. You're going down.
Yep.
You can actually
high level high school football. High level high school.
Right. He might go coordinate at Jacksonville State for Rich Rod. Who knows?
Right.
All right. So let's move on, fellas. You know what time it is now. Talk about a little bit of predictions from last game.
True that.
I know somebody's got it written down just to make sure y'all don't stall me out.
I didn't write it down.
I wrote it down.
Oh, B said, I got it this week. All right, so
you had 45-7. King, you had 42-21. And I had 32-0. Pun had 35-7.
So I'll go ahead and take another dub. Then
now we do closest.
We've been doing that
but then we're doing point differential sometimes too.
No, we do whoever gets closest to the
point differential.
Yeah.
All right, so
hey man, you're not scheming up on a victory if that's
I'm not saying I won, but 32-0. I was 32 points.
It was 42 points, and he had the most, 35. So he's the closest.
Yeah. Okay. I don't get this. So whatever.
You say that.
Well, I guess I lost again. I guess.
Well,
I came in last this time.
King came in last, so you got second.
So you don't got to do the
differential was
breakdown.
less than mine.
That's why he's last.
Oh, okay.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Hey, yo.
I told you I don't get it.
hey, y'all, he wasn't a math major.
I was an English major.
Blame this on J.W. Sexton High.
I had to take the special ed math class when I got to college because they was like, wait, these SAT scores don't look like you passed high school math.
Let me make it clear for you. However much we win by, whoever's closest to that number wins.
I can see it now. 38, 32, 24. I got you.
He was teasing me.
And Nick got 28. And Pung got 28. My bad. Pitball.
So what's that? 4 for me? Is that
4-2-0.
0.
Damn. B, you still ain't get the victory, but you
didn't lose.
You ain't got duties afterwards.
Hey, right.
I knew I should have been. I told myself I'm gonna be clocking when we change topics so I can just go through and not even have to go through the whole thing.
Train.
And I forgot because of this damn camera.
Me? Hanging around.
Oh, nothing. Just hanging around.
That's all I'm doing right now is just trying to hang around.
I said it to myself. I'm like, I'm a clock when we change subjects, so I don't gotta wait. And this damn camera started messing up, so it took my whole mind.
Hey man, I'm a little frazzled dazzled today.
Yeah, boy, don't got duties. Yeah.
Damn.
Hey B, and I'm gonna let you explain to him how that go, because I had to pass it down to you.
I gotta give it the game. It's
Hey.
easy. I got
Yep.
Don't worry, next week my camera will be back. I'm gonna get a light in here when I'm doing it. So I'll be back HD next week. Chill, don't pay the bills.
all right. Who
All
going
right,
first?
so real quick, before we jump into Indiana predictions, let's give the briefest of brief outlook on them. I think they're they got, are they 2-4 or 2-3? I think they had
2 and 3.
2-3. I believe they beat nobody of note, didn't they?
No, yeah, you're right.
Kent State, I believe, right? Was that Akron?
They beat Akron. And that's enough
They
said
barely
about
beat Akron, right? Wasn't that a tight
Yeah,
game?
29-27. Beat them by a safety. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
And then who else did they beat? Why ain't they showing the whole schedule? I don't get that. All right.
I know. I just had to do that too.
They beat Akron and they beat Indiana State. Larry Bird. Sycamores.
They just
Everybody else. They lost to Louisville by 7. I don't know if that means anything, but that just lets you know Notre Dame sucks then even more now.
Bruh, look, that was half the reason I bet Notre Dame. I was looking at Louisville and like, who they done played? Now I'm like, y'all barely edged by. Again, transitive properties don't always work like that. Louisville was undefeated. It was a night game. I get it, whatever. But
January 2nd, 23. I'm tripping.
So, anyways, I did hear just a fun fact, I guess you want to call it that. Indiana's quarterback is the little brother of, and I'm sure y'all probably remember, Trace Jackson Davis, who was on the Indiana hoop team for like 20 years, the tall left-handed guy with the high top, Trace Jackson Davis. He was
this dude be knowing all the stats. He be having all the features.
He was like All-American, though. He was like the
Hey, where'd you get that from? Ball Sack Sports?
Didn't get that from Butt Crack Sports. So I think that was a reputable whatever. But anyways, their quarterback is his little brother, which sounds like he's the, if I'm playing good, quarterback, because I can be replaced quarterback. I think they got a couple guys. They're not really stuck on anybody. I did just hear that they fired their offensive coordinator prior to last week. So that means they fired him before the bye week. Indiana was on a bye. So give that coordinator like an extra week, you know what I'm saying?
Acclimate
that ain't enough, dog. That ain't enough.
Hey, Maryland beat them 44-17.
Yeah. No, they're terrible. I'm just trying to give y'all a little bit of background that I did hear on them. But again,
they beat Toledo. What's going on out there, Jay Ing? Getting mopped up by Illinois.
They said as much as the X's and O's, you got to have a Jimmy and a Joe. So I don't think they have those guys. That being said, I'll be going last. Keen, I believe the honors are yours.
It's on me. All right. Can I throw the spread out there in the money line? I mean, the over-under?
You do whatever you'd like to do, sir.
So I think that offensive coordinator situation has to do with this spread because it's at 33.5. And the over-under is 46.5. So it's like, damn.
All Michigan points.
That's it. I feel like I'll take that. I feel like we're gonna drop.
Right.
Nope, you're not
so with that being said,
my prediction.
Almost got you.
With that being said, go ahead. What you about to say? Go ahead. Let me hear.
Nope.
With that being said, I'm gonna bring it back and do a rendition. 52-10.
Oh wow. Me? It's on me?
Nothing.
42-6.
Run it back, Michigan.
I'll go with
might have fucked up.
I'll go with 48-7.
Run it up, Michigan.
They locked in.
Yep.
Hey, Tuttle, don't come in the fourth quarter and let the touchdowns drop off. Keep running them up, bruh. That's your job right now.
Right. And we don't forget we got 2 touchdowns on defense last week too.
Dang.
Big fact.
King, talk to us, man. IG, what we got going on? I think we got a little love from one of the players this week. Talk to the people, man.
Yes, we did. So Keon saw he had the pick 6, so I shouted him out, put the video back up, posted him, tagged him, and he liked the story, you know what I'm saying? So we getting some motion, we getting traction out here on these streets, you know what I'm saying? I definitely will be adding him to the list of podcast sender outers.
See if we can't get him on. Keon, where you at, man? We love.
I'm gonna try to open up a line of communication between us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man,
come on here and speak your mind. You know what I mean?
Hey, and Keon, if you listening, we ain't just calling you on now because you was fooling with our stories. If you go back and listen, been nothing but love from us on this podcast, and we've actually been. You know what? I ain't gonna talk about nobody bad on the team, so. Just know we've been showing love.
We've been putting on for you, cuz. So, at Michigan Man Cave Podcast on IG, you know what I'm saying? We're getting traction. Mess with us. You know what I mean? Half times, we on. Come on with us.
You live. Yes, sir. B, talk to us about the Wild Wild West, better known as X.
The Wild Wild X. Twitter's on and popping. We have been humbly invited to 2 Michigan groups over the first group we got invited to has 1,065 members. And the second group we got invited to, a little less, with 252 members, but our reach is expanding. The Michigan Man Cave Podcast on Twitter, X, now known as X. If you look at my name, I switched my name up. You get 2 names on the X and Twitter, but this is the name. If you search it by that name, you can find us too. But the big name is the Michigan Man Cave Podcast.
Make sure y'all liking and sharing.
Subscribe. Hit that bell.
Again, y'all just gotta listen and hit share. If it's a Michigan fan, we'll fool with this podcast.
Word.
Do us a favor, just share it with them. And
please. We appreciate y'all.
It'll be much, much appreciated. So next week we're gonna have a guest on. We're trying to get a guest on this week, but he wasn't able to join. But if you got something, B, go for it.
Yeah, I wanted to send a shout out real quick, man. This week we lost a true blue fan, Jay Hodge, man. Just want to shout out to him. Condolences to his family.
Love. Definitely.
Wasn't super cool with him, but knew him, and what I knew of him, he was
he was a diehard Michigan fan.
Diehard Michigan fan, man.
That's what I knew of him, at least. That was one of the things I did.
Want to say hell. He's done went up to that big house in the sky, man. So rest easy, bro. But I just wanted to shout him out because I know he's a true blue Michigan fan, man. Rest easy, brother. Hey,
maybe we'll take it all home this year, then, man. Yep. No, I know he was that for sure. So
right.
No, I'm happy you brought that up, B. Definitely. Prayers out to his whole family. All right. Well, if there's nothing else for the greater good, we're gonna catch y'all next week after we 7-0.
That sounds good.
Good. That sounds real good. And then after that,
it's younger brother.
Yes, indeed. We ain't gonna get too much into it because we got a whole special episode.
Hey-o.
Get your glizzies ready because I got jokes.
Whoa.
I still used it wrong.
But glizzy is a man unit.
That's what Tuck be playing with his man.
Oh, shit. Okay. Get your glizzy.
Never mind. I used it wrong again.
You did, but I'm just saying, yeah, I get what you meant.
He gonna get it right, King. He gonna get it.
I got 2 weeks to get it right.
Get your glizzies ready.
Sound funny hearing it from somebody else.
All right, man. We'll catch y'all next week.
Hey.
Peace.
Go blue.